So in the last class, we spoke about bitwise operators. I think still we are into the same script. Clear? I think. Do you have any questions about any types of operators? See, especially bitwise operators are, only on at application level they would be used. We cannot use in day-to-day life. I told you already. In specific electronic devices, wherever, especially, encryption, decryption would happen, that time using a logical, there will be a chips. I think somebody who is from electronic background, for everything, whatever the operations we are doing, every operator has its own chip. Logical and operator, logical or operator. All operators will have a chips actually, integrated development chips. So with which we can able to perform the operations. So we spoke about theoretical things and we spoke about implementation, what that does. But in order to perform them using electronic device, we have a electronic chips. Clear? Yes. So now I'm talking about, there is an operator is left shift operator. Left shift operator, which is this is the left shift operator. See, this operator also we never used in our day-to-day life. Definitely it will be used in electronic level and scientific level. According to the scientific scenario, left shift operator is equal to or alternate to the multiplication operator. Multiplication operator. This is multiplication operator, right? So whatever the multiplication operation does, similarly even left shift operator also equivalent to that. If you have doubt, let me take example. X is equal to 10. Now print X into 2 and print X left shift once. You see the output? See, either if you perform multiplication a particular number by 2, which is 20, even if you perform the left shift at a binary equivalent value of a 21 time, it is also equal to 20. So how the left shift would happen? Let's suppose I said, 10 is equivalent binary number is what? 1010. Clear? 10 equivalent value. What is happens if you left shift? You consider this as a memory. Right? This one will move to once to the left. It will come to here. In the place of 1, the 0 will be come and occupy. In the place of this particular 0, this particular 1 come and occupy. This 0 will be come and occupied, so that this particular place is going to be vacant. It's going to be empty because we have left shifted, right? So now it will become a 0. It will become a 1. It will become a 0. Right? So now if we allocate the blocks of the memory, this position is vacant now. According to electronic assumptions, whatever the value, whatever the space is getting empty is explicitly pushed as a 0. Now, if you look at the position of this 1 is 16, according to binary weightage, this 0 will be 8, this 1 will be 4, this will be 2, this will be 1. So 16 plus 4 is going to become what? 20, obviously it's become 20. Clear? And if I perform the multiplication with 4 and left shift twice is also the equivalent to the same. If we perform the, see why I am taking 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, because this is the way how binary weightage would increase. Clear? So now if we perform multiplication with 8, perform thrice to the left shift, the same result is going to be produced. Clear? So even 16, and here it is a 4 times left shift. So the same result 160 would be given to you. So wherever you are performing a multiplication of a number in a binary weightage sequence, rather than multiplication operator, we can straight away replace with left shift operator, because the same operation. Scientifically proved that performing multiplication is a hectic job for the arithmetic logic in it. Better is left shift is very simple, it seems. These are all, see, we are not giving you the justification, scientifically proved them. Clear? So left shift operator is an alternate operator for the multiplication operator when it performs binary operation sequence. Is that clear? It's completely electronic level, it is going to happen. But bitwise it will be happen. It's not going to perform the byte level, it will be performed bit level. Clear? Yeah. The next operator is that right shift operator. Right shift operator. What is the symbolic notation? This one. Earlier was left shift, right? This is the right shift. This operator is equal to division operator. Division operator. We have a division, right? In order to perform the division operation. Let's suppose print x divided by 2, print x right shift 1. Earlier it was left shift, right? Now it is right shift. Let's make it as comment. Here let's make it as comment, these two lines. Isn't it? Let's see the output. 5.05. Same. What is 5.0 and 5? Coefficient values. They are the coefficient for the division result. Yes or no? Similarly, left shift, like division by 4, left shift twice. Decimal portion does not display to you, it will be rounded. See, in wherever the data analysis will be takes place, always we used to take a rounded value of the integer portion. We are not going to be considered as a decimal portion. In specific cases, decimal portion is also mandatory. But here, wherever you are using right shift operation, in order to divide a particular number by 2 in a binary sequential manner, because 2, 4, 8, and 3, same result will be produced. Clear? So how it will be happens generally? Same thing. It has to take a binary level value 1010. What operation we are performing now? Right shift. Means whenever we are performing a right shift for this current value, LSB bit, least significant bit, the 0 will be vanished during right shift operation. So in place of 0, the 1 will come. In place of this 1, 0 will come. Yes or no? And in place of this 0, 1 will come. So 1010 equivalent to 10, but whereas after the right shift once, the value become 5. 101 is equivalent to 5. If we perform again twice, means right shift 2 times, this particular one will be vanished. Only left over is 10. 10 is equivalent to what? It is 2. 10 is equivalent to 2. If we perform thrice a right shift, again the 0 will vanish. 1 will be left over, which is equal to 1. Again, if we perform the right shift, this 1 is also go off. The remaining is the 0. This is how right shift operator is equivalent to the division equivalent operator when it able to perform the division in a binary sequential fashion, dividing number by 2 or 4 or 8 or 16 or 32 or 64, 128, like that. Wherever if you wanted to divide a number, rather than using a division number, better to replace with a right shift operator. That is a concept scientifically proved. Okay, purely they will be applied in at an electronic level. In our day-to-day life, we never be applied. Clear? Yes. So lastly, we have there is an operator is called tilde operator. What is that? Tilde operator, which is complement operator. Complement operators. What exactly it will do? Complement is nothing but true will become false, false will become true. That is the main, purpose of the complement operator. See, this complement operator will be only at an electronic level we use, because normally computer understand only zeros and ones. Human understand natural language like English, everything. If we give small a to the computer, it will be equivalent to 97. 97 is an equivalent ASCII value for the character called as a. Does 97 understand by the computer? No. Again, computer needs to be converted into zeros and ones. Yes or no? So there is a sequence called as a 64, 32, and 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. If we combine the certain decimal values such a way that which is going to become a 97 is going to become equivalent value. Can you tell me now? 64 plus 32, how much? 96 plus 1 means what is the equivalent binary number under 64? 1. This is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. This is the equivalent binary value for the equivalent decimal value called as a 97. If we type A, computer understanding bit is this. These values are going to be decode and encode to be understood by the computer. That's there actually complement values are going to be useful. 1's complement, 2's complement, 9's complement, 10's complement. You will be finding there is a subject called as a digital logic design, switching theory digital logic design. You have, right? Yes, yes. So I think the people, non-background people, you don't worry about what's happened inside, how it happens. You might be not understand that, but at least now you're supposed to understand this. This is how system would understand. Most of the things we will learn on top of the overview, but inside how it happens we have to understand. This is how the mathematically computer can understand, because if you open the laptop, you can find only transistors, capacitors, diodes, all this you can find. Those devices understand only zeros and ones. So this binary level understanding is very important. If you look at, even cars, trains, all these, they will be understand only zeros and ones. So which analog to convert to digital, digital to analog will be automatically happens, right? So we don't bother how it happens. We're getting service, right? Therefore, we never bothered internally how electronic devices can understand. See, let's suppose this device. This device is what? It is an amplifier. What do you mean by amplifier? Whatever the sound I'm talking, it will be, I'm talking now. But this device is amplifying my sound. Up to what extent it is going to amplify? Can you tell me? If you go beyond that room, will you be able to listen my voice? Definitely you can, but very blur would come. You don't understand what I'm talking about. Such a sound in mobile phone, if you talk from here to USA, will you get a less intensity of the sound? Same pitch will get, right? But how it happens? Do you ever thought about it? That's what you see. Whenever we are using certain devices, it's our responsibility to try to analyze it, how it happens. See how this particular bottle can be able to resist as an insulator. If I keep a heat water, this bottle is a flash. If I keep a water inside, how 24 hours this particular bottle is able to be withstand with the same temperature? What is the material is used in this particular bottle? Start thinking, we shouldn't be like a narrow-minded people. Whenever, let's suppose you say you take a spectacles. Is that side spectacles? Yours? I use, anti-glare. Anti-glare means what? This screen is completely high-end resolution LED lights. If such a resolution will keep on our eyes, very soon our eyes are going to become abnormal. If you use certain spectacles such a way that 24/7, if you look at a high resolution LED also, that rays does not go beyond my spectacles. Even if you keep laser light, right, that much powerful these LEDs. Hardly 2-3 hours we can see those LEDs. Later, in place of TV, there is a LCD projector. You know that? If you look at 1 hour, your eyes are going to become, you will get pain. You cannot see consistently the screen because the resolution is very, very high. Am I clear? So there will be certain layers over the spectacles. If you try to understand, you will believe. If you go to spectacle shop, lens cart is there, right? They will say this is 2,000, this is 3,000, this is 5,000, like that they'll say. If you ask the doubt, sir, why this must cost, if they say, they will give this kind of justification. We have to believe because it's practical. Use once, then you will get to know. జెండు బామ్ తలనొప్పి తగ్గిస్తుందంటే మనం నమ్మము, అవునా కదా? కానీ తలనొప్పి వచ్చినప్పుడు అంటించుకో పక్క తగ్గిస్తుంది. అలాగనే తలనొప్పి లేకపోయినా జెండు బామ్ అంటించుకుంటే ఫుల్ మనకి మంట వస్తుంది. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? డూ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్? సో ప్లీజ్, దర్ ఈస్ అన్ ఇంపాక్ట్. Unless and until if you trying to observe it practically, you will get to know. Am I clear? So let's know, what do you mean by one's complement operator? What is a complement operator? Let's suppose I'm taking A is equal to 10. There is a value, but I'm performing complement A. What does it mean? Whatever the value is holding 10, I am performing complement for the binary equivalent value of a 10. 1010. You see the output, you will be getting minus 11 as an answer. Why? You don't have a reason why minus 11 has come. ఎలా వచ్చిందో minus 11 మీకు తెలియదు. Actually ఏమంటారంటే, what exactly authors will say that 10 equivalent value is 1010. కానీ our processor is 64-bit processor. Yes or no? most of the laptops nowadays, Windows operating system with Windows 11, 11th generation, 10, all these are 64-bit operating systems. Clear? So if we perform the ones complement, what happens here? See, I'm saying 64-bit operating system, right? Whenever if you are holding a 10 value, it's not going to allocate the blocks for only 1010. It will be start from the 2 power 0 and it allocates up to 2 power 63, 0 to 64. ఇన్ని వాల్యూస్ ని అలొకేట్ చేస్తుంది. క్లియర్? సో ఇప్పుడు వన్స్ కాంప్లిమెంట్ చేసామనుకోండి, ఈ 1010 ఏమవుతుంది? 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0, 0 will become 1, 1 will become a 0. ఇవన్నీ జీరోస్ ఉంటాయి, అన్ని జీరోస్ ఉంటాయి ఇక్కడ దాకా. అంటే ఇవన్నీ ఏమైపోతాయి? 1 1 అయిపోతాయి. అవునా కదా? దీని యొక్క ఈక్వలెంట్ వాల్యూ ఏందో మనకు తెలియదు. ఇక్కడ 2 power 0 to 63 బ్లాక్స్ నేను రియల్ గా వేయలేదు, అన్ని బ్లాక్స్ ఉంటాయి దాంట్లో. 1010 అనేది 10 ఈక్వలెంట్ వాల్యూ, రిమైనింగ్ అన్ని జీరోతో ఫిల్ అవుతాయి. అంటే ఇది వేస్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ మెమరీ. క్లియర్? ఇలా అలొకేట్ చేయొద్దు అనే దానికి ఇప్పుడు దర్ ఈస్ అ కాన్సెప్ట్ కాల్డ్ బిట్ స్టఫింగ్ ఇన్ సి లాంగ్వేజ్. బిట్ స్టఫింగ్ అనే ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటుంది యాక్చువల్. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మంత్స్ ఉన్నాయి, టోటల్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ మంత్స్ 12 ఉన్నాయి మంత్స్. అంటే మ్యాథ్స్ నువ్వు ఇచ్చే వాల్యూ 12 దాకానే వెళ్తుంది. 12 యొక్క ఈక్వలెంట్ వాల్యూ ఏంటి? 1 1 0 ఎంత? 8 ప్లస్ 4 1 1 00. అంటే నువ్వు ఎంత వేసినా 4 బిట్స్ అలొకేట్ అవుతాయి, మిగతా 60 బిట్స్ వేస్ట్ కదా. ఇట్స్ గెట్స్ వేస్టెడ్. మన మెమరీ వచ్చేసి ర్యాండమ్ యాక్సెస్ మెమరీ, ఒక్కసారి ఆక్యుపై అయిపోతే దాన్ని మళ్ళీ యూటిలైజ్ చేయలేము. క్లియర్? సో అలా కొన్ని మెమరీ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ మన మెమరీని ఆప్టిమల్ గా యూజ్ చేయడం కోసం కొన్ని ఆల్టర్నేట్ మెథడాలజీస్ ని డిజైన్ చేశారు. ఇక్కడ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏంటంటే వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ కాంప్లిమెంట్ ఆపరేటర్. హౌ డు వి గెట్ a -11 is an answer now. We want a justification for that. So what exactly computer will do that? It is entire the process doesn't happen. Simple ga 1 0 1 1. It will be added at a MS bit 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 2 will become 1 0. So 0 carry will be 1, isn't it? So obviously 1 plus 1 is what? Obviously yes, 0 1. One, one. No. 1010 doesn't happen. Firstly, we have to convert into ones complement. 1 second. 1 0 1 0. What is the ones complement here? Now here for 1010, we have to add here. Now true plus false will become true. If there is no any kind of value, we can consider by default as a zeros. Clear? So it will become 1, it will become 0, it will become 1. 8 plus 2 plus 1 is going to become what? 11. 11. So I said whenever you allocate 64 bits, after performing ones complement, the last MSB bit will become 1, right? Last lo unna value 1 avutadi. ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ లెవెల్లో లాస్ట్ లో ఉన్న వాల్యూ 1 ఉన్నింది అనుకో, ఇట్ నెగటివ్ వాల్యూ, therefore it is going to be -11. కంప్లీట్ గా ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ లెవెల్లోనే డీల్స్ అవుతాయి ఇవన్నీ. ఇట్స్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ టు బి టాక్ ఇన్ బైట్ లెవెల్ ఆర్ మేబీ మ్యాథమెటికల్ లెవెల్. సో మైనస్ ఎలా వచ్చిందంటే, వన్స్ కంప్లిమెంట్ చేసిన తర్వాత లాస్ట్ లో 64th ప్లేస్ లో ఉన్న వాల్యూ 1 ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ -11 వస్తుంది. Isn't it? Yeah. నేను ఫోన్ పెట్టేది లాస్ట్ టైం. సో వీడు సీనా గారు మళ్ళీ నంబర్ ఇచ్చాడమ్మా. సీనా అది పాత నంబర్ 7799. లేదు, మనం కూడా తెలుసుకోవచ్చు. అవుట్ స్టాండింగ్ ఉంటుంది ఎంత, నేను బడ్జెట్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ తెలుసుకోవచ్చు. నాకు అది అప్లై నాకు యాప్ మనం లాగిన్ అవ్వచ్చు. లేదు, మనమే చూసాం కదా, మనమే చూడాలి. యాక్చువల్గా మీరు చూడొచ్చు సార్, క్లాస్లో అన్నారు ఒకసారి రావడం జరిగింది సార్, ఇక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి. With this, I think 7 types of operators are completed: arithmetic operators, relational operators, assignment, logical, absolutely, membership, identity, and bitwise operators. Clear? So, Krishna, do you have any questions? Please, if you have any questions, please ask me. మీరు మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ని అడగడము, వాళ్ళు మిమ్మల్ని అడగడం అలా చేయకండి ప్లీజ్. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ స్ట్రైట్ అవే యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ, రైట్? సో మీకు ఏ డౌట్ ఉన్నా నాకు డైరెక్ట్ అడగచ్చు. So the next concept is Control statements. So under control statements, I'll be taking a theoretical file. So our concept is control statements. Clear? So C language, C++, Java, in every programming language, control statements are mandatory. So first question is, what do you mean by control statements? Controlling means what? See, nowadays electronic devices are getting operated according to our control. See, I wanted to switch off this light. Through remote, if I click on red button, the LED gets off. Again, if you wanted to start, I can. If I want to show the menu, I can. If I wanted to disappear the menu, I can. I'm able to control this remote on that particular LED according to our, that's the reason it is remote control ways. If by default, if we write any program instructions, it executes in a sequential fashion. Sequential fashion. In most of the situations, program instructions must execute based on user requirement. User requirement. See, nowadays, for example, there is a smart home concept. Smart home using IoT, Internet of Things. Yes or no? Means lights can be switched on automatically, fans can be switched on automatically. Whenever you keep a hand over the tap, automatically water will come. When the hands will move off, automatically water will be get blocked. And whenever if you want to play the TV through Alexa, you can able to play. See, all these home appliances are able to be controlled based on your requirement. All those things does not execute automatically. The doors are going to be opened if the relative will be there in front of the door. If the person who is a stranger stands in front of the door will be remains unlocked. Let's suppose if you write a program for home automation, door on, door unlocked, door unlocked, lights on, isn't it? Fan on, AC on, windows, curtain, window curtain open, and TV on, isn't it? So geyser on, isn't it? Can you, if you write a program for all these functionalities, do you require all of them to be executed at a time sequentially? అంటే అన్ని ఒకటేసారి ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలి, కొన్నిసార్లు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలి, కొన్ని అవ్వద్దు. See, let's suppose so I'm just giving you what is an importance of the control statements. అసలు కంట్రోల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లో ఉండాలా వద్దా, ఉంటే ఏమవుతుంది, ఉండకపోతే ఏమవుతుంది? ఒకవేళ కంట్రోల్ స్టేట్మెంట్ లేదంటే ఇవన్నీ కంటిన్యూస్ గా జరుగుతాయి. ఇప్పుడు మన వాషింగ్ మిషన్ లో వాటర్ వేసేసి సర్ఫ్ వేసేసి ఆన్ అని కొట్టిన వెంటనే ఫస్ట్ క్లీన్ అవుతుంది, ఆ తర్వాత సోకింగ్ అవుతుంది, ఇలా కంటిన్యూస్ గా అవుతాయి. గుర్తుందా? మధ్యలో డోర్ ఓపెన్ చేసేసాం అనుకో, ఇఫ్ డోర్ ఈజ్ ఓపెన్, వాషింగ్ ఈజ్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్, ఇఫ్ డోర్ ఈజ్ ఓపెన్ బై ది చిల్డ్రన్స్, సడన్ గా డోర్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తారు పిల్లలు వెళ్ళి, ఏమవ్వాలి? ఒక బీప్ సౌండ్ ఇవ్వాలి, క్యూ క్యూ అని సౌండ్ ఇస్తుంది, అంటే నువ్వు డోర్ క్లోజ్ చేయమని. అరైస్ అక్కడ ఒక డిస్ప్లే ఉంటుంది, అందులో ప్లీజ్ డోర్ క్లోజ్ అని వస్తుంది. ఇఫ్ ఇంటరప్షన్ వుడ్ హ్యాపెన్, వాట్ ఈస్ అన్ యాక్షన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు షో ఆర్ నాట్? ఒకవేళ అలా ఇఫ్ ఎల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ అవి లేకపోతే ఏం చేయాలో మనకు అర్థం కాదు. ఇప్పుడు జనరల్ గా పవర్ ఫ్లక్చుయేషన్ వచ్చిందనుకో, ఆ మధ్యలో ఒక హబ్ ఉంటుంది, అది ఏమవుతుంది, ఈ రూమ్ లో పవర్ ఎక్కువ ఫ్లక్చుయేట్ అయిందనుకో, ఈ రూమ్ కి సంబంధించింది మాత్రమే స్విచ్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోతుంది, రిమైనింగ్ అన్ని అలానే ఉంటాయి. ఎంసీపీ కదా, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ, క్లియర్. ఇవన్నీ ఏంటంటే programs will be required as per my control to be perform their actions. అలా జరగాలి అంటే కంట్రోల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఆర్ మ్యాండేటరీ. సో నేనేం చెప్పదలుచుకున్నా ఇప్పుడు, generally if control statements might not exist, then all above operations will be executed sequential fashion. To change execution flow of instructions according to control statements in any programming language. Clear? So now, according to Python, in Python, control statements are One is conditional statements. Conditional statements. They are if else, if, ELIF, else. These three are the conditional statements. They will be useful to change the execution of the instruction according to the situation. If there are no such these statements, we cannot execute instructions when the condition meet, when the condition gets failed, when the condition become true, we cannot. So that's called, conditional statements. Looping statements. So looping statements are for loop, while loop, nested loop. These three are going to be considered looping statements. Third one is that, special statements. Break, continue, pass, return. These will be subset of looping statements. మీ పేరండి? Oh, you came from correct. నేను చూడలే కదా ఫేస్ కరెక్ట్. ల్యాప్టాప్ తెచ్చావా ప్రకాష్? ఓకే. సాయి నందిని ఆన్లైన్ లో అటెండ్ అవుతుందా? సాయి నందిని. ఓకే. Yes. Right. So now comes to conditional statements. So it will be built-in keywords. If, elif, all these are the built-in keywords. They are not, natural English language statements. They are built-in statements. So we must know if statement. If statement is used to solve one condition. To solve the one condition. What is the syntax in Python? If there is a condition, isn't it? Then body of if. So compulsory if tarvata colon compulsory, and the code must be start from here, not from the left hand side. జనరల్ గా సి లాంగ్వేజ్ C++ లో మనం ఇలా రాస్తాం కదా. But in the place of curly braces, we do have colon, which indicates where the if statement will be get started. Clear? Syntactically, you have to be familiar with. Clear? Right. So next is that next is that if else statement. This is if statement. See, I will give you this complete whatever I'm typing, and I shared you the textbook also, right? Have you seen the textbook? I opened. It's 427 pages. It has very nicely. I have written that particular book very cleanly and very neatly. I have written with appropriate example, lot of hundreds of example for each concept. Please, I request you after completion of the class, you go through that. You will find lot of examples. Sometimes whenever I explain, I'm not writing everything whatever I'm explaining, but I have written everything whatever I'm speaking with you in the textbook. So please, sometimes, you don't understand whatever I verbally say to you. But if you go through the textbook, you can understand whatever I spoken towards a particular concept. నేను మాట్లాడేది కొన్నిసార్లు మీకు అర్థం అవ్వకపోవచ్చు, అర్థమైనట్టు ఉంటుంది కానీ అర్థం కాకపోవచ్చు. If you go through the textbook, whatever the concept you are speaking today, definitely 1,000 times it will be better understanding than the class. Please, right? So, if else statement, this statement is used to solve positive or negative situations or events. Means at max, two conditions can be resolved by the if else statement. Syntax is that if condition colon body of if else colon body of else. This is a syntax. ఎక్కడ కోలన్ పెట్టాలి, ఎక్కడ ఎందుకు పెట్టాలి, దానికి ఒక రీజన్స్. దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ సింటాక్స్ అండ్ ఇండెంటేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది కోడ్. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ డోంట్ ఇంటెండెడ్ అంటే ఏంటి, అలైన్మెంట్. ప్రాపర్ గా కోడ్ ని అలైన్ చేయాలి, లేకపోతే పైథాన్ లో ఎర్రర్స్ వస్తాయి. ఎప్పుడైతే ఎర్రర్ వచ్చిందో యూ హ్యావ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ ఎర్రర్ ఈస్ నాట్ because of your knowledge, it's because of syntactically you have make a mistake. You try to understand that. So here I'll give you the examples. You don't worry about the syntaxes and all. Just I think to understand them, just I'm telling you. Otherwise, I can take appropriate example for this. Last statement is that if else, if elif else statement. This statement is able to tackle or handle more than two conditions. More than two conditions. Means n conditions, n situations. Syntax is if condition body if el if condition colon body el if condition body, it will be go up to any level. It will be go up to any level. Lastly, else statement. This is a syntax of right. So now, first let us go to the hands-on knowledge over here. Firstly, I'll be create Python file. If elif else elif. For three statements, I'll be give you one appropriate example. So now here, write a Python program to determine given character is vowel or consonant or digits or special characters. See, while creating a password, normally password should have a lowercase letters, uppercase letters, digits, special symbols. So whenever if you are creating such a strings, It's your responsibility to check whether each character is belonging to what category. Your program need to be cross-verified, whether it is existing or not. If it does not follow the rule, it will be throws an error that your password is very weak. Create a strong password kind of a message will be thrown to you. Yes or no? Right. So now I'm taking one character. Input, enter a character. Here you are entering the character at a dynamic time. Okay. How the logic will be written inside of this character determination if this is built-in statement. If given character, నువ్వు ఎప్పుడైతే క్యారెక్టర్ ఇస్తావో అది క్యారెక్టర్ వచ్చి ఆ సిఏఆర్ లో వచ్చి పడుతుంది. క్యారెక్టర్ ఇన్ ఆపరేటర్ విత్ ఇన్ ఏఈఐఓయు ఈ క్యారెక్టర్ గ్రూప్ లో నుంచి నువ్వు ఎంటర్ చేసిన క్యారెక్టర్ ఉంటే వాట్ ఇట్ టెల్స్ టు యూ ప్రింట్ given character is vowel. Clear? Only if statement ఉన్నిందనుకో ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేద్దాం ఏమవుతుందో చూడండి ఒక్కసారి. Let me execute. System is asking me to enter the character. What I'm going to enter? U. Given character is vowel. Again I'm executing. V. No answer. It's a decision making, right? If you are entering a vowel among A, E, I, O, U, if statement is become true, it will be print the message that given character is vowel. If you are trying to give consonant or digit or something, it's not going to give any decision. Now, if you ATM, if you enter a valid PIN number, if you enter valid PIN number, if you go to the next level, it will be ask you to how much money you want to withdraw. In case if ATM PIN number you have given wrongly, system is not able to tell you that you have entered an invalid PIN number. How do you understand? నేను తప్పు పిన్ నంబర్ ఎంటర్ చేశానని సిస్టమ్ నీకు చెప్పకపోతే నీకెట్లా తెలుస్తుంది? So in most of the situation, the program will be sometimes become true, but if become false, what is the decision making? Simple if statement cannot tell you. ఇప్పుడు ఒక్కటే స్టేట్మెంట్ ఉంది కాబట్టి కాన్సోనెంట్ ఎంటర్ చేస్తుంటే ఏమని చెప్పట్లేదు. అలాగే ఎంటర్ ది క్యారెక్టర్ 5, నో ఆన్సర్. అలాగే వాట్ ఈస్ డాలర్, నో ఆన్సర్. అవి ఏంటనేది కూడా చెప్పట్లేదు, కానీ మనకు ప్రోగ్రామ్ చెప్పాలి కదా. సో విత్ ఇఫ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఓన్లీ వన్ కండిషన్ కెన్ బి ఏబుల్ టు టాకిల్. ఇప్పుడు ఎవరన్నా నోన్ పర్సన్ డోర్ ముందు వచ్చారు, డోర్ అన్లాక్ అవుతుంది. అన్నోన్ పర్సన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు డోర్ అన్లాక్ అవ్వాలా లాక్ అవ్వాలా అనేసి ఇఫ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఒక్కటే ఎలా చేస్తారు? నో, I told in the theory that if statement can able to handle one situation. If there are occurrence of two situations, if cannot handle it. So ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి ఇక్కడ else print given character is consonant. ఇప్పుడు రెండింటిని హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తుంది ఎందుకంటే ఎల్ స్టేట్మెంట్ వచ్చింది కాబట్టి. Enter J is a consonant. I is a vowel. 5 is a consonant. No. Is 5 consonant? No, it's a digit. Again, consonant vowel ఉన్నప్పుడు మాత్రమే if else హ్యాండిల్ చేయగలుగుతుంది. డిజిట్స్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు కూడా తప్పు వస్తుంది ఆన్సర్, స్పెషల్ క్యారెక్టర్ ఇచ్చినా తప్పు వస్తుంది ఆన్సర్. Am I right? Then what is the way to solve this? ఇక్కడ if else కంటే ముందు there is a statement is called as a ELIF. ELIF. Here we can able to write character in operator within the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. ఈ మధ్యలో ఏ క్యారెక్టర్ వచ్చినా it will be able to handle digit. ఇంకొక కండిషన్ ELIF given character, inoperated, special character like dot, dollar, something, 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 something. Anything would come, it will be recognized as what? It will be special character. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని కంట్రోల్ ఏ కంట్రోల్ సి ఇక్కడ లోపల ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ ఎలా జరుగుతుందో మనకు అర్థం అవట్లేదు. You go to, there is an online tool, Python tutor. Yeah, it's an online cloud computing tool which will be visualized to you how internal flow of execution of instructions would happen. Line by line ఎలా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది, ఎక్కడ ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది, ఎక్కడ పాస్ అవుతుంది అన్ని చూపిస్తుంది. Python tutor. This is the link where you will be having you paste your program. Now there is an option to visualize it. Visualize. Clear? ఇక్కడ కర్సర్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? ఫస్ట్ లైన్ దగ్గర ఉంది. సిస్టమ్ ఈజ్ ఆస్కింగ్ మీ టు ఎంటర్ ది ఇన్పుట్. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నా నేను? హెచ్ ఇస్తున్నా ఇన్పుట్. హెచ్ ఇస్ వాట్? హెచ్ ఇస్ వాట్? కాన్సోనెంట్. ఎంటర్. Submit. Now there is a cursor went to fourth line. What is fourth line is? Fourth line is instructing to you. Fourth line is character is having a H. Yes or no? Is H is a member of AEIOU? No. ఎప్పుడైతే if condition false అయిందో, when the if condition become false, this particular statement does not execute it. Directly the line will come to this particular line. You see? ఎందుకు? if statement fail అయింది. Next, character is H. Is H is a member of these variable characters? No. Again it will be get failed. Yes or no? It will be failed. It will not execute. Again it will go to here. Is H is a member of special characters? No. ఇది కూడా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వదు, ఫెయిల్ అయిపోతుంది. ఇది కూడా ఫెయిల్ అయిపోతుంది, ఇది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వదు. ఎల్స్ పార్ట్కి వచ్చి ప్రింట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఇలా ఎందుకు ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది, ఎక్కడ పాస్ అయింది అనేది మనకి ఈ టూల్లో కనిపిస్తుంది. అక్కడ ఏమి కనిపించదు, డైరెక్ట్ అవుట్పుట్ ఇచ్చేస్తుంది మనకి. ఐఎమ్ రైట్? లెట్ మీ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ నౌ. యూ క్లోజ్లీ అబ్జర్వ్. ఐఎమ్ క్లికింగ్ ఆన్ నెక్స్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఫోర్త్ లైన్ నుంచి డైరెక్ట్ గా సిక్స్త్ లైన్కి వెళ్తుంది కర్సర్. చూడండి ఒకసారి. Why it went to sixth line? Because if statement have been failed. From the sixth line also it is gets failed. Therefore it will go to the eighth line directly. You see? Eighth line is also gets failed. It will be go directly 11th line. Then it will be print onto the screen that given character is a constant. Now we'll change the input. We'll change the input now. Visualize. Now I'll be enter digit. Right? Okay. Now is 9 within the member of AEIOU? No. It will go to the sixth line. Yes or no? Next. You click on to the next. Now is 9 is a member of see, in is the operator, is a membership operator. Yes or no? You have seen. Correct? Yes. Now is 9 is the member of this character, therefore it will be print output as what? Is it obviously? That's all. Once the output will be given, the cursor will come out of it. You see, given number is it? Now we'll do another input. We'll take another input. Now I'll be taking special character at the rate or a dollar. Okay, dollar I'm taking. First statement if gets failed because it's not a vowel. It will go to 6th line. Given character is dollar is not a member of 0 to 9. Therefore, it will be get failed. It will be go to the 8th line. Now, is dollar is a member of these characters? Yes, absolutely. Now it will be print. Go to the 9th line. It will be print and output as given character is a character, special character. This is how the respective conditions will be get satisfied. That particular statement is given as an output to you. Am I clear? So now I demonstrated to you all conditional statements. When to apply if, when to apply if else, when to apply if and else part. If and else will be the statement which n number of possibility of conditions can be satisfied. Let's suppose I'll take another program. What is that? Write a program to extract whose height is taller than all. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి ఇప్పుడు మీరు పోలీస్ సెలక్షన్ కి మిలిటరీ సెలక్షన్స్ వెళ్తే ఒకప్పుడు ఫిజికల్ గా some people used to check our size of the body, height of the person, and other measurements are going to be taken. Now automatically the programs are going to be measured. No human is going to check, because if you look at a police selections, 2,000 people, 5,000 people will go for the selection. There are no people, time will be get wasted by measuring all of them. Some politics also would happen sometimes. Unfit people also might be thrown inside. So computer is able to measure, valid people are going to be allowed inside. So unfit people will be thrown out. Now what is the program? Because 1 lakh, 10 lakhs, it might be a 10 lakhs, 1 crore might be. So let's suppose I wanted to know whose height is max in India. Yes or no? How many people are there in India? 150 crores. Can we compare mathematically? Human cannot compare. If we give the all people heights as a database to the program, within 1 millisecond it will tells you the whose height is max. How many lines of code it requires? It's very embarrassing. Just you see, one way is that there is a list of heights is equal to range of 1 to ఎంత అక్కడ 1 lakh. Yes or no? Now for I in operator list of heights. Isn't it? What happens here? I would like to print max of I. Yes or no? You see the output now. Visualize. See here, it will be go up to 1 lakh lines of time, because it gets executed for loop, right? Better you do one thing, you will just try to be copy this and try to be pasted in here. It's a multi-line comment. You see the output now? Okay. You take otherwise, heights are going to be take some sample heights you take. One person height is 1.78, 1.98, 1.56, 1.58, 1.78, 1.53, like that. Some list of heights are going to be there. Print max of list of heights. Now you see the output now. What happens? 1.98 is the max height. Local comparison ఇలా జరుగుతుంది. Because the comparison is mandatory, right? So instead of this logic, I'll be written another logic. Because raw logic is important. How comparison will take place. There is a student 1 is equal to whose height is 1.56. Student 2 is equal to 1.28 and student 3 is equal to 1.59. Student 4 is equal to 1.98. These are the few students' heights. How I wanted to determine whose height is max? The probabilities will be different. Yes or no? If S1 is greater than S2 and S1 is greater than S3 and S1 is greater than S4, obviously what you will tell? Then print S1 is tallest. In case ELIF S2 is greater than S1, S2 is greater than S3 and S3 is greater than S4. Print S2 is tallest. Another situation, ELIF S3 is greater than S1. Yes.
Sir, S2 is greater than S4. Before S2 is greater than S4, not S3 is greater than S4. Before statement.
Yes. Correct. Yeah. S3 is greater than S2. Yes. And S3 is greater than S4. Clear? Yes. Print S3 is tallest. If all the above might not be taller, else print S4 is. Now you execute. Obviously, S4 is the tallest. Now if you change S2 as 99. Now you execute. S2 is tallest. Local ఎలా కంపారిజన్ జరుగుతుంది అనేది మీరు చూసారు already. What I'm demonstrating you, when the comparison will be more than 2 possibilities, we have to go with what statement? If, elif, else statement. It can be up to n number of, let's suppose student grades. Some universities will give you something called as percentile. Some universities will give you grades. If you are a 99, like 90% greater than marks, A++ grade, greater than 80% A+ grade, greater than 70% A grade, greater than 60% B grade, greater than 50% C grade, greater than 40% D grade, greater than 30% failed. 5-6 possibilities are going to be possible. How do you are going to write a program? This is the same passion you're supposed to write. Am I clear? There are some set of assignment questions. I'll give it to you. You please, I request you to write the programs for all the assignment questions. Control statements where there will be assignment questions. Right? So what is the program I would like to write? First program is you read a particular number, determine whether it is a positive or negative. Next program, write a program to determine a weight of a particular bag. If it is equal to 25 kilos in the airport, no extra charges would be added. If it is greater than 25 kilos, either you have to remove it or else you have to pay little more amount apart from your actual fee. For that reason, I am going to tax calculation accordingly. Write a program to find a given number is even or odd. It's a if-else statements are mandatory. Program to find greater of 5 number. Just now I have written the program. Fifth program to write a prompt, a grade of a student between 0 to 1.0, and if the grade will be greater, marks of the student will be greater than 0.9% is a A grade, greater than 8% B grade, greater than 70% C grade. Like that, if ELIF and else part are going to be useful in order to implement all these programs. Sixth program to display cost of each fruit based on the type. Now, tomato, it is 250 rupees. Chili, it will be 150 rupees. Based on the type of the fruit or type of the vegetable, what you are now, there is a big basket, right? So if you choose a particular item, it automatically display to you what is the price of it. Yes or no? That program you need to implement through what? Through if-else statements only. Am I right or no? Till 7th program, given year is leap or not. If the year will be divided by 4 and the remainder will become a 0, divided by 1000, remainder become a 0. There are 4 logics. We can hence prove that given year is a leap year. Am I right? Now 8th program onwards, we are going to be demonstrate through the looping concept. For loop, while loop, all these will be comes into picture. Yes or no? Isn't it? So please, I request I'll be share this particular program with all assignment questions in your drive. Please, you try from there, you can able to get it. Am I clear? Yes, yes. And related all the program solutions also I am going to give you. I think these are the solutions. These are all solutions for all the programs. If you are not able to find, but try to find out, here, whatever the example I'm giving you is not a great matter. It's your responsibility to write the program if I give a new program. Isn't it? So, oka factory undi. Room temperature greater than 40 అయితే అలారం రావాలి. దానికి నువ్వు ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయాలి. అంటే ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఆర్ కస్టమైజ్డ్. నువ్వు రాసిన ప్రోగ్రామ్ అన్ని సిచ్యువేషన్ లో అప్లై అవుతుందని లేదు. Am I right? So please, you make sure. Once upon a time in city, there will be a limit that only up to 40 kilometers per hour we supposed to be drive. మనం ట్రాఫిక్ లో ఎంత మందిని చూస్తుంటాం, ఎంత స్పీడ్కి వెళ్తుంటారు. దర్ ఇస్ నో లిమిట్. అదే మన బైక్ లోనే సిటీ ఏరియా లాంగిట్యూడ్ లాటిట్యూడ్ లో 40 కిలోమీటర్స్ నువ్వు దాటావంటే నీకు ఫైన్ ఆటోమేటిక్ వస్తుందని కండిషన్ పెడితే నువ్వు బైక్ నడుపుతావా? సిటీలో కార్ నడుపుతావా? ఒకవేళ నడిపినా వీ నో ద లిమిటేషన్. ఇప్పుడు ఓఆర్ఆర్ ఉంది, ఓఆర్ఆర్ మీద కానీ ఓఆర్ఆర్ కదా అవుటర్ రింగ్ రోడ్ మీద 100 క్రాస్ అయినా అనుకో, కొన్ని కేసెస్ లో ఆటోమేటిక్ గా 1500 కరెంట్ అక్కడ నువ్వు డ్రైవ్ చేస్తుండగానే వచ్చేస్తుంది నీకు మెసేజ్, యూ హ్యావ్ క్రాస్డ్ 100 kilometers per hour, యూ హ్యావ్ గెట్ అ పెనాల్టీ ఆఫ్ 1500 rupees అని అప్పటి స్పాట్ లో వచ్చేస్తుంది. వై? బికాస్ ఇట్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. లాస్ట్ టైం గచ్చిబౌలిలో ఒక కార్ పైన నుంచి కింద పడింది, గుర్తుందా? కింద మనుషులు కూడా చచ్చిపోయారు. Clear? So such kind of consequences would happen. Programs are going to be written to be implement certain conditions to be satisfied. నేను చెప్పిన ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను రాయాలని లేదు. You can imagine certain situation and try to ask me how to write a program. I'll tell you how to implement. Am I clear? Please, as much as possible. One is a textbook, one more is my examples, and one more is assignments, and there is a quizzes are going to be conducted through the LMS. Please, all these 4 tasks you have to do consistently. You are not a kid to shout at you. మిమ్మల్ని తిట్టేంత రైట్స్ నాకు లేవు. Take it as a challenge. Take it as a responsible. Try to write, try to take your responsibilities properly. అంతకు మించి నేనేం చెప్పాను, నేను చెప్పడంలో పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా చెప్తున్నాను. 100% ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ యూ ద జస్టిఫికేషన్. అప్ టు యూ, యూ సపోజ్ టు బి డు దట్. క్లియర్? యా. Let's yeah. Right, so we have seen if, else and elif statements. Now let us see what are the looping statements. So firstly, we check with the first statement. What is first statement basically? For is looping statement. Looping means looping statements, also known as iteration statement. Iteration or repetition statements. Repetition statements. Clear? Yeah, okay. Now, see, basically, what is the purpose of looping statements? What do you mean by looping? Looping ante enti same job repeated ga execute avadam. Am I right? So once you switch on the light power to the camera will be keep on capturing the images. In camera there is a program, right? What's the responsibility of a camera? Whatever the objects will be come across to the camera, it will be captured, stored into one file location. It will be captured, stored into one file location. 24/7, the same job will be keep on repeating. That's a mandatory, that's an essential way to write a program. So I can give the justification is that looping statement is nothing but set of instructions written within the body of loop statement till the condition become false. Till then all instructions repeatedly or as a looping, as a repetition, all of them will be executed. All of them will be executed. So now syntax. The syntax of for loop is that for iteration variable. in operator object. Body of for loop. So let's go with one example where the for loop will be gets executed. I'm taking it now. First statement. First. Clear? Now, write a program to print or display welcome message 100 times. What is the logic you are going to write? You want to print a welcome message. So 100 times you want to print. Will you write 100 times the same statement? Will you write like that? 1000 times? Will you write 1000 print statement? It's not a right way to write a welcome message. 5 times if you want, 5 times print statement need to be written. Instead of writing repeated such kind of a statement, duplicate statement, there is a simple way to write a one statement is that using looping statement. You make print statement within the body of a loop so that it will be executed 100 times. How do you write a for loop now? For an iteration variable called as a j. It's not I, it's not j, it's not p, it's not q, it's not anything. It can be anything. It's your wish. అందుకోసం దాన్ని ఐటరేషన్ వేరియబుల్ అన్నాం. ఐనే పెట్టాలి, జేనే పెట్టాలి, అట్లా లేదు. ఇన్ ఆపరేటర్ range is the built-in function. How many number of time you want to execute? 100 times. Colon. ఈ print statement ఇటు పక్క రావాలి, లేదంటే it's not going to be executed. Now you see the output. 100 times the welcome message will be printed. Clear? Now, what is the job of a for loop as a looping statement? For loop is a repetition statement. Whatever the instructions you have written within the body of the for loop will be executed till the condition become false. Condition false ఎప్పుడప్పుడు అవుతుంది? A range 100 దాకా వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత when the 100 will become 101, condition in operator will become false. అప్పుడు for loop fail అయిపోయి బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది కంప్లీట్. అసలు నిజంగా ఎలా అవుతుంది అని అంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ మెసేజ్ యూ టేక్ నౌ పైథాన్ ట్యూటర్. Write a number to display natural numbers from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. ఇక్కడ మనం వెల్కమ్ మెసేజ్ తీసి జే పెట్టేసి ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది చూడండి ఒక్కసారి. విజువలైజ్. ఫర్ range will be first start from the one range of values. Lower boundary is 1, upper boundary is 10 minus 1 up to 9 it will be generated. If you want 10 also included in the same series, you have to make it as 11. 11 minus 1 is 10, because array will be start from the 0 by default. First 1 will comes into j, it will be print. Next print j, you see 1 will be printed. Again it went up. ఇప్పుడు జేలో ఏముంటుంది? నెక్స్ట్ జేలో 1 ఉంది కదా, ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ 2 వస్తుంది చూడండి. 2 will be printed onto the screen.
Again, J will be having 3. It will be printed onto the screen. Again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, 10 will not be excluded because 10 will not be included within the range. Range is the function which start from a lower boundary. Whatever the number you have specified in the upper range will be -1 will be the output. Now, if you want a 10 also be included, 11 is supposed to be given. Am I clear? Now, for loop is a looping statement, also known as an iteration statement, also known as a repetition statement. Whatever the body of the instruction given as part of the program will be repeatedly executed till the condition become true. Am I right? Similarly, factorial of a given number, you wanted to find out. Ela rastar meeru here. You take this program also as an example. Copy. This is another example. Another example is that write a program to print characters in a string. String enti city name. City name is equal to Hyderabad. హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉన్న క్యారెక్టర్స్ అన్నింటిని నేను డిస్ప్లే చేయాలి. ఎలా? ఫర్ ఐ ఇన్ ఆపరేటర్ సిటీ నేమ్ ఐ విల్ బి ప్రింట్ ఐ end is equal to colon, like double quotations will be display output in a horizontal manner. ఇంత ముందు వర్టికల్ గా డిస్ప్లే అయింది కదా, ఇప్పుడు హారిజాంటల్ గా డిస్ప్లే అవుతుంది. చూడండి, లెట్ మీ మేక్ ఆల్ దిస్ యాజ్ అ కామెంట్. You see, Hyderabad is displayed in horizontal manner. If you remove this end is equal to space, it will be produced in a vertical manner. You see, clear? So end is a property of the print function which displays the values in a horizontal manner. There is a list. One is equal to a set of names. Anu, Hanu, Chinnu, Hanu, like set of names. I wanted to read every element I wanted to print onto the screen. For I in operator list 1, it will be print I. You see the output? End is equal to space. You see, Anu, Bhanu, Chinnu. For loop will be make use of in n number of situations where repeatedly it has to execute the instructions of the body. So I think in assignment questions, some more questions are belonging to for loops, while loops. So you can able to implement them accordingly. You see, 8th question. a Python program to display the 10 numbers using while loop or for loop from 0 to. You can use, just now demonstrate. Write a program to, find the average of natural numbers where n is an input and average of natural numbers. Yes or no? And GCD of a given number and sum of digits. So sum of digits ante నువ్వు ఎంటర్ చేసిన వాల్యూస్ 10 అని ఎంటర్ చేస్తే వాటి సమ్ అంతా కంప్లీట్ గా అవుట్పుట్ రావాలి మనకి 10 అని ఇస్తే 1 + 2 2 + 3 3 + 4 4 + 5 6 + 7 8 9 10 1 no like 150 like only 55 will be the sum of 10. Yes or no? Like that I want the answer. ఇవన్నీ ఇలా చేయాలి అంటే మనం లూప్ స్టేట్మెంట్ కి వెళ్ళాలి. అదే మనం మాన్యువల్ గా చేయడం వేరు, యూజింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేయడం వేరు. Yes or no? So certain statements will solve the certain problems. ఇప్పుడు ఇదే ప్లేస్ లో if else statement సాల్వ్ చేస్తాయా? చేయవు. The application of if else statement will be different. Application of looping statements will be different. Clear? So please, I think it's a time to wind up the class. Please we make sure that all these assignment questions you have to be thoroughly implement, thoroughly execute, and get clarity about it so that in next class while loop, special statements, comparisons, all these will be taken place, right? Do you have any questions, online users?
No, sir.